Welcome back to Ziki One Plays. So glad that you could join me today. Today, we're going to be showing you how to get your very own shiny Eevee. Let's get into it. Alright, so shiny Eevee in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is not the easiest thing to find. Once you find an outbreak of Eevee, the process is very simple. However, finding the outbreak of Eevee proves problematic because it's a very rare outbreak to encounter. And so here's how I did it, and I've seen other guides online, and I think that I've kind of summarized some of the best tactics and I'm going to get you the very easiest way that you can do it the quickest. However, it took me quite a few resets to get the right outbreak, and so just be prepared for that to be the biggest part of this hunt. Once you have the mass outbreak, then the rest of it's pretty easy, all right? And so let's get into it, and I'll show you exactly where to go. First thing you're going to do is before you even do any hard saves or anything, open up your map, and you're going to fly to Medali. That's where we want to be in order to get close as we can to this outbreak, okay? So Medali East is where we want to be. Now arriving at Medali, we're going to go just to the other side of this Pokemon Center, and I stood right off the edge of the concrete into the grass, but I wanted to make sure that my location still registered as Medali. So I'm standing about right here. Okay, then what I'm going to do is press X, throw down a hard save, and then that is going to make it where we can very quickly change the raids and change the mass outbreaks that are happening. And we're going to just continue to do so until we get an Eevee outbreak, okay? So before we do that, let me show you my screen right now. This is the Eevee outbreak active right now here in Medali, and right there is Eevee, and the outbreak's happening kind of right over here on this side of town. And so I reset standing right here in this exact location, Medali East, about, I don't know, 45, 50 times, and eventually found myself this Eevee spawner right here. And that allowed me to hunt for shiny Eevee. I actually ended up getting 3 shiny Eevees, which is really, really a great thing for me. So I'm going to use one as my shiny Umbreon to fight Greninja this weekend, but I also have a couple of other shiny Eevees that I can evolve at any time. And so, very cool. There's one other place that I know of that Eevee can have a mass outbreak at, and that is over here in Cortando, in this area, right here next to this big field. There can be an Eevee outbreak as well. Okay, and so what I prefer, or what I suggest that you do, is to zoom out your camera, turn your map so that you can see both Medali and Cortando, and you want to leave your cursor somewhere right here so that you can see both locations, all right? And then what we're going to do is hit the home button, fly over to your settings, all the way to the bottom, you'll see system, and then when you get to date and time, you want to make sure synchronized clock via internet is off. As you can see, my time is actually completely wrong. This wasn't filmed on January 24th. But what we're going to do is go to the minute hand of the clock, and we're going to just tick the minute hand back 1 minute. And then when we hit OK, it's going to change those raids and spawns. All right. Also, just a tip, you probably don't want to be doing it at 11:09 because you'll get new mass outbreaks at midnight. So I would probably recommend that you set it to like 8 a.m. so you have 16 hours to farm the mass outbreak after you land it, okay? So now that it's set on 11:09, the quickest way to get back is press home, and then press home again. And now, boom, you see? All of my raids just shifted. They just shifted to a different Pokemon. So Applin is here, and there's Glimmet, there's Bronzong, but as we can see here, no Eevee anywhere around Medali, because that's where it can spawn, and no Eevee in Cortando. And so this is not what we're looking for, so we're going to reset again. Now, there's one other way that you can help try to find the Eevee raid, all right? And so let me show you that now. If you have normal type and counter power active, it seems to help affect the raid mechanics that are coming in. And so you can, let's see, I'll get into a picnic and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So on your regular sandwich book, like your recipe book, you can make this curry and rice sandwich, ultra curry and rice. Doesn't require any herbs, and you get encounter power level 2 for normal types. That's one way to do it, and I had pretty good effects with that one as I was trying it. But whenever I actually found my Eevee raid, what I did was I actually went into creative mode and made a shiny sandwich. And I'm not telling you should do this. If you do not have the Herba Mystica to spare, then don't worry about it. But if you do, This is a great way to up those chances even slightly a little bit more, as well as your sandwich will then be active. And so when you find the Eevee raid, you can roll right into farming up those Eevees. The recipe is a fried fillet, salty, and then another herb besides bitter. And then it's super simple to make. There's the 3-star sandwich, and we should have sparkling and encounter power. And that's what we're going for normal types. So we'll back out of the picnic now. We'll go back into Medali to that same spot where we were standing before. Right here. Now we're going to do that same little reset that we did before, but now we have our shiny and encounter power set to normal, so we should be getting more normal type raids. So home button, settings, system, date and time, 1 minute in the past. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and set it back to 8 a.m. like I was showing you earlier, okay? So go to 8 a.m. That way that you make sure that you have plenty of time, okay? And I usually like 8:59 because that gives me a lot of minutes to travel backwards in time. Okay, there we go. And home button, and now we're back in the game. New spawns. I don't see Eevee in either location, so we hit home button, and we're going to do this again. All right, still no Eevee raid. But I'm telling you, that's going to be your experience for a little bit, but eventually one will pop up, just like I showed you on my game a few minutes ago. All right, and that's it. That's how I was able to find these 3 shiny Eevee, and man, don't they look so good. I'm really, really proud of them and can't wait to evolve them into the evolution of my choice. And I know this is, in my opinion, almost more of a slog than just regular shiny hunting, because going through the home menu, and it's like you're spending almost twice the amount of time not playing the game as you are playing the game just to find this correct mass outbreak. But it is worth it because you can farm some shiny Eevee off of it and have pretty much as many as you put time into to have. And so I definitely enjoyed finding my own, and I hope that this guide was helpful and you can find your own shiny Eevee. Please, in the comments below, comment your favorite shiny evolution and the one that you're going to be hunting for. So, alrighty. Well, I so appreciate you guys for checking out this video. Stay safe and peace out.